Scorpio, it's so good to be back here with you guys again. This is your week ahead tarot card reading by Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It's a message for Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising sign. This is an energy reading, so you take it where and how it resonates in your life. It's your message. And if this doesn't resonate with you, then it's not your message. And if you're not a Scorpio, but this has popped up on your feed, this is absolutely your message. It really is in the message itself and what time it shows up. It'll only show up at just the right time. And these few cards fell out, is where your message begins. You ready? Let's go. That's interesting. She usually pops out when there's something that you have to dig deep in terms of your spiritual connectiveness, your intuition, your psychic connection, balancing out your sense of magic with truth and realism. This beautiful cosmic certainty of self and connectivity to the bigger picture and everything around you. So feeling in tune in your life. And yet it comes out with the Princess of Cups, which is a kind offer, sort of a sweet, sort of generous, sweet demonstration of affection, like an affectionate act. And then we have Two of Pentacles. So what this is telling me, Two of Pentacles is all about changing dynamics, changing emotions, changing values, changing what you value. So this is serendipitous that something hits you this coming week, or we'll get the time frame as we read the cards. But something hits you at this time, and that something is this act of generosity. It's a sweetness. You know, it's endearing that makes you shift your focus or change how you value something, or if you value it at all. That makes you see it in a different light, in a way that shifts your understanding of its value. So, and this is all connected to that high priestess energy, where it's just, it's spiritual it's spiritual in its happening. And I don't think that it's just happening from the inside. I think that it's something on the outside that impacts you internally, but it's also connected to your higher power, your higher understanding of things. Like you'll get a sense, this is almost like the crown chakra energy. You'll get a sense that something is at play here to make you shift or change your perspective or understanding about something. And this could be demonstrated as simply as somebody that you used to not be able to stand, suddenly you start to like them or care about them or understand them, or somebody, some situation that you used to not feel comfortable in, suddenly there's this sense of understanding toward it or connectivity to it. And this marks a cosmic shift. But when I see the cosmos in my head, when I'm talking to you, the cosmos is inside of you. It's not external, but it's still the universe. And that's what I mean by that spiritual, esoteric shift. That it's bigger than you and not fully comprehensible. Though we're gonna get into it and see why this is happening now. This is really interesting. Because I think you figured something out. This is Six of Swords, which is putting all the thoughts into the right order so that you can find the way forward. And this is the future. It's almost like you started to realize the trajectory of specific actions, decisions, behaviors, and it didn't look good. All of this is in reverse. King of Wands, which is kind of irresponsible and impetuous when he's in reverse. He's also stuck and trapped. Two of Wands, not being able to make a decision or not be able to find the courage to move forward. These are both very stuck energies, stuck because of fear, because of complacency. We have cowardice, right? Prince of Swords in reverse is a lot of criticism. You know, heavy thoughts, mean thoughts. Four of Wands is where you don't belong, and Temperance is something that doesn't fit, that isn't right, that doesn't ever figure itself out. These are all in reverse. Fire signs in reverse. So it's almost like you're realizing that something is going toward a toxic direction, or that something is, or that it wasn't something, or you were not headed in the right direction or in the right way. And it's like you figured it out, and you figure it out because of this connection or this act of kindness, generosity, or sweetness that you experience. The Magician is in the past. This is your potential, your capability, your capacity, your awareness of your own talents and skills, and your command and mastery over them. You figured it out, but what did you figure out? What did they figure out? It's almost like you figured out that you're worth something, or your own talent, your own ability. You figured it out. So why are all these cards in reverse? I think you figured out that somebody else was an asshole, or that maybe your opinion, started to change. There's some sort of intuition here. And justice, intuitive justice. Yeah, but what are all these cards? Why are they in reverse? What is it with this energy? It's like you figured out. It's like you figured out the truth of a situation. Like you figured out that it's not external, it's internal. We have the Hermit here. You figured out the process. Somehow, some way you were going about the process incorrectly. And even though it was with good intention, you were going to end up in the wrong place if you continued to make the right decision. So this act of kindness or generosity and the shift that it causes in you kind of sets you on the right track. And this is for strength of knowing it. You can keep things to yourself. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be super powered. In fact, it's process over passion. And maybe you're just realizing it now, that it's process over passion. Or there was something that was hidden. There was something that was... It's almost like keeping it to yourself enables your freedom. And nobody else has got to know. You've just got to know. Keep your head down and stay with what you're doing. That's really interesting. Let's get a moon card. Come on. Let's see. What is this moon card? What do you want to say? Something in the past again. You're very close to achieving your goal. It's almost like on some ways, you know. This is you figuring out that something was going to go crazy, that something was going to go haywire and shift. So you had, it's like you figured it out before anything could explode. Interesting. And then we have show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius, which means, you know, popularity. People are interested in what you're doing, support. A fiery climax approaches, certainty, independence, kind of confronting who you are, unabashedly being who you are, letting the truth of who you are out, demonstrating it, showing it, and then a time to give rather than take, new moon in Virgo, which reminds me of the Hermit. So you have these outward signs, show the world the real you, and a fiery climax approaches. You're very close to achieving your goal. This isn't long ago. A time to give rather than take. You're going to find out that somebody is kinder than you realize. And that they aren't all that into... Like what you see on the surface of them is not what they are inside. It's not their truth. And in a way, it could be intentional, like misdirection. And that's part of the plan or strategy. When they think that everything is bad or everything is going wrong or you're not capable of doing it. That's how you slip through. And that's part of the plan to figure out and execute it. So there's something here whose value is demonstrated now, this week. Shifting somebody's focus, shifting focus. Away from the obvious, away from the confrontational, and back to the internal and the intimate. Jesus, okay. Well, what do you want Scorpio to know about all this information? Why is all this information coming up now? Why is all this information coming up now? Like, tell them something that matters. I still think they're lost. I'm lost. I hope you guys aren't that lost. Observer. This is so nobody could see. This is doing things so that nobody could see. Didn't want people to see. Kindness, generosity, that you were fixing things or healing things. Happy to do it. But what is figured out here? I don't understand. Somebody didn't, you didn't want somebody to know. Somebody didn't want you to know. This was intentionally hidden, but it wasn't bad stuff that was hidden. Or maybe it was. It was this sense of, I don't want somebody to see how inept I am, or that I'm not ready, or that I'm not prepared, or that I can't do it. It's taking an opportunity, even though you know you're not ready for it. And that's what going quiet is about. I don't want to draw that much attention to myself while I figure stuff out. I don't want to make a fool out of myself out loud, or, get fired or lose this opportunity. What I want to do is just take everything in and give, okay? To be fair, and the fates. That's really interesting. We've got the Justice card again here. Basically, that's the Justice card. Same too. This is divine justice. What's going on in the dark brings things to justice, figures it out, and makes it happen. It's almost like doing the right thing under the surface so that nobody can stop you. It's like the good stuff, the healing stuff is balancing out beneath the surface. Sometimes people don't gotta know. Work in silence. Work in silence. People don't gotta know. They don't have to know your business. So that nobody can see this beautiful thing that you're putting together. This beautiful thing that you discovered or found that might not want to be public yet. Let's see. If you have, let's all of us together. Please subscribe to the channel. Just go boop. And then I'm about to go over to the extended reading. I hope you'll come over with that too. Just go boop. Always put it right there. Let's get an angel message. I also put the link in the comment section and in the description box, all over, because I want you to come over. Why is all this happening this way? Spiritual or religious community. Join with like-minded people for friendship and increased spiritual growth. This isn't about religious. This is about people who help, people who care, people who are doing the good things and doing the right thing. Almost like in plain sight of the wrong thing. It's like, I don't know, a good thing disguising itself as rotten or mediocre. Be gentle with yourself. You've been through a lot and need time to heal and recover. It's almost like you don't want people to know how you're healing. And that's okay. They're not supposed to know right now. They'll know when you're ready. Let's go to the extended because I feel like there's so much more to know. Link is right here. I'll see you there.